These are the times Dennis Rodman was the biggest troll in the NBA. Rodman loved playing mind games on his opponents. One of the victims of Dennis's mind games was Alonzo Mourning. During free throws, instead of trying to get the rebound, Rodman would occasionally talk and stare at the opponent next to him.
Some of the control that Mourning is now exhibiting that Riley is so pleased with. But you know deep down, Alonzo Mourning is thinking.
Another player who fell victim to this was Vlade Divac.
It's like he's not emotional when he's doing something like that. He's sort of playing off your emotions.
Rodman is one of the smartest players in the game, and he wants to get inside your head to get you to concentrate.
And most famously, Dennis used this tactic to get inside the head of Frank Brickowski.
Now, would this be considered taunting?
I was just going to say, why is that not taunting? Just a look and almost baiting Frank Brickowski to do something. Dennis has to settle down, play basketball, go play golf with Michael Jordan tomorrow.
In this next clip, Rodman didn't get the call in his favor. So in protest, he hilariously sat on the floor, which resulted in him being ejected from the game.
Rodman sits and he's gone. Rodman's gone. He sits down in the lane as if to say, this is where the man was positioned, and Dennis Rodman has been tossed.
The referees were often the victims of Dennis's antics. Against the Jazz, the refs called him for a lane violation during a free throw.
Lane violation. Lane violation. Oh, lane violation? When was the last time you saw that call?
So this is what Rodman did seconds later.
Not in the NBA. And Dennis faked that time. I don't know if you saw Dennis fake. He threw the foot out, but didn't touch down. Violation. Oh, they called it on Dennis.
Another time Rodman trolled the refs was when the Bulls were playing the Magic, and Rodman kept getting foul calls against him whilst guarding Shaq. This is what Rodman did in response to the referees.
Giving up a lot of height, weight, and strength, trying to keep his hands out of there as the official, I'm sure in the baseline, telling him, watch your hands.
And then seconds later, didn't even bother going up for the jump ball. Rodman would often try to egg on his opponents to try and get them to do something which would result in a technical. Chris Webber was one of the many players Rodman tried this on. When coach Phil Jackson told Rodman to stay away from Webber, this is what Dennis did.
And sits down and looks back at Phil. He's staring right down at Phil. Oh, Michael makes the key.
It wasn't just players and referees who Rodman liked to troll, it was also opposition head coaches he liked messing with. Utah Jazz coach Jerry Sloan wanted a piece of Rodman after a scuffle with John Stockton. This is how Dennis responded.
He'll get two. Jazz are in a penalty. Rodman makes the free throw and points at Jerry Sloan. He points down court at Jerry Sloan.
Only Dennis Rodman would miss 2 free throws back-to-back, then straight after shoot a 3.
Second one is short. He saves it. The crowd loves it. The three-point guy.
Antonio Davis in this next clip wasn't a big fan of Rodman's trolling antics.
Here they go. If I have this dance for the rest of my life. And then Antonio Davis is and he draws a technical foul.
You see, I think what got Antonio Davis upset.
Rodman's defense on Kenny Smith in this next play was hilarious.
Man, and grabbed Kenny Smith at the end. The foul was made out high. Guess he was trying to make sure he didn't get hurt.
In 1997, Rodman famously kicked a cameraman, which resulted in him being fined and suspended. A year later, he fell into the crowd and made sure the same thing didn't happen.
Dennis Rodman, are you okay, big guy?
Karl Malone is the last person we have to show you who Dennis trolled. When in the 1998 finals, Rodman kept tripping up over Malone on purpose.
Seeing the battle between these two guys. They're fighting, giving it everything they got. Both of them are trying to push and shove and gain position.